Happy Saturday, guys. Welcome in to another edition on the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault, here on BettingPros.com, always being brought to you by BetMGM. We are here with that $10 offer to win $150 for new accounts with BetMGM. That promo code JUICE150 at sign up for new accounts, BetMGM or BetMGM.com. Betting Pros, wherever you get the audio podcasts you love, you'll find the Daily Juice video on the Betting Pros YouTube channel for us to get into it. Okay, so a 1-1 night last night, but that's not really the story. The story of the night is the return of the Don't Bet a Parlay, which opens up 1-0. Okay, how I count these things, okay, regardless of what you're betting on it, and I know most of you aren't betting 1 unit on this, okay? I didn't bet 1 unit on this, but because it is not an official play, because we don't count it, I just go by 1 unit, okay? So the Don't Bet a Parlay, we have to hit 1 out of 6, okay? That's what we got to hit in order to keep ourselves profitable. We're 1-0. Welcome back. Hawks -1. We got a horrible number on the Nets, -3. They covered it. Over again. Another overrun here for Wisconsin. My goodness. 8 straight games to the over. They do not cover. That's the game we lost. We got the Penguins and the Columbus Blue Jackets correct, though. That game went over 1.5 goals in the first period. So a 1-1 day. Down the juice, because we paid -135 on the first bet, -110 on the second bet. So losing day by a little. Not if you bet the parlay, though, because if you came back with the parlay, you won big. Okay, I'm not saying I put a lot of money down on this myself. Okay, I put $25 down on it. Okay, but I hit it, and you guys hit it if you bet it. Okay, it is not something I'm not counting it. But I often say this, if you are new to the podcast, one of the things about that bet, because it doesn't count, it doesn't go on the record. So when people say, like, what's your overall win-loss record? Okay, yes, we have the official plays, but the parlay, at one point in time, if you had bet $100 on the Don't Bet a parlays in 2021, you were up $1,000. Okay, if you bet $100, not saying I'm telling you to do that. I'm just saying if you did that, you had a 10-to-1 return on your investment. So if you're betting $10, you were up $100. Betting $100, you're up $1,000 here for a 10-to-1 return on the Don't Bet a parlays. So it's a gag. It's a gimmick. It's a hook. It's a fun thing we do every Friday. All right. 1-0 in 2022 to that with a plus 620 return on that parlay last night. So it's fun. I know a lot of you play it. A lot of you enjoy it. It's awesome when it hits because it's this big community hit and everyone's reacting on Twitter and on the Discord channel. It's a big old party. So people sharing tickets and whatnot. So really cool. And again, that Nets game, man, how about that? They were +1. They closed as dogs on the road in that game. Massive steam coming in against the Brooklyn Nets on the road against San Antonio. I didn't get that line move at all. And they won the game. They cover. Atlanta, it was tight. They won by 2, but they covered. It's all that matters. And then we flew over with Wisconsin and Michigan State. So, you know, I always say don't bet parlays. It's kind of a funny little, ironic thing that I give a parlay out every week. I don't like betting them, but once in a while, it's not bad. Plus 620. We nailed it. All right, buckle up here. I got a lot to give you guys here. I've been all week, I've been telling you, we're going to be heavy. We're going to be heavy. We're going to be heavy. All right. So I'm not going to go really in depth here for all the picks as to why I'm making it. So just FYI, the explanation may be a little bit quick. So normally I kind of go really far in depth, but I've got 8 bets to give you today. Okay. This is a big Saturday. It's a big parlay. There's no live stream today. There will be a live stream tomorrow. So that's why I'm giving you the player props today. Okay. So you'll get the player props here overnight. You'll get 2 bets on the games. You'll get 4 props and you'll get 2 bets going into UFC 270. Okay. So let's get right into it here. UFC football, big Saturday. I'm smoking ribs. I got wings going. Yeah, this is a big day. Okay. I'll drink some whiskey today. Hopefully I'm not drowning in my sorrows, but I got a good day lined up today for a Saturday. I'm really excited for this day. I got to go work out in the morning to kind of get ready for the whole eating and drinking thing. And then we get rocking and rolling here. So let's start with the Titans. -3.5. All right. Here's the thing. I have not bet this yet. Okay. I've not bet this yet. If we get 3, I'm in right away. I will bet 3.5. I don't like it. All right. I don't like laying 3.5. I want to lay 3. My hope is late steam comes in. There was a monster bet. I think it was like $500,000 on plus 3.5, maybe $1 million on plus 3.5 on the Bengals that came down tonight. Let me see exactly where that is because I tweeted about that. So let me see on that. Where was that bet that came in? Because it's a good. Oh, there we go. There it is. It was a bet for 1.1 million. Okay, 1.1 million at Caesars came in at 3.5 at 3.5 on the Bengals. Beautiful. Get me to 3. Okay, get me to 3. Then I'm in on the Titans. 1 unit. Tennessee. Derrick Henry going Bowser through that line. Healthy, fresh legs. Offensive line healthy enough. Defense underrated. I think this is a very big game. I think the Titans get off to a fast start. I think they go up 21-7 here. I think they're up by 2 scores pretty much the whole first half. In the second half, I think the Bengals do make it a game, but I think eventually it's a 7-point win. Minimum 4, but I think it's a 7-point win for the Titans, and they could end up going away here and just taking care of business. I really think this is a possibility here. I'm nervous about the Bengals not scoring enough and not scoring in the red zone, so that's why I'm not going to touch the total. I want to stay away from that. I think the game goes over. Not positive about that. The only way the Bengals win the game is if the game does go over, but I think the Titans can win a low-scoring game, a high-scoring game. They can win both. Titans -3. Awesome. If not, -3.5. I will bet this in the morning. You can, if you want to wait, and I'll tell you in the Discord channel, hey, this is what I'm betting. I'm just going to take 3.5 and be done with it. There you go. I will say this. There is a Wong teaser here. Okay. There's the potential for a Wong teaser if this thing continues to come down. If it hits 3, okay, if it does hit 3, you could tease it up to 9 and combine it with the 49ers who are at 2.5. And you both those totals are under 49. You could potentially tie those two together, tease them up, and there's a Wong teaser there for you if you want. I might also do that coming up here for Saturday. Just a heads up on that. That'll be a personal Wong teaser. There's no live stream, so it won't be a Wong teaser because I'm not going to be on the air right for a kickoff. Just eyeball it, watch movement. If you get to 3, even though technically it should go below 3, but getting off of 3, in my opinion, qualifies for a Wong teaser. So that's just my personal opinion on that. And you can argue that if you want, but technically it is 2.5, and then you go up, and that's a Wong. 3 is, you want to get off that 3, get through the 7, and a total of under 49, which you have in both those games. So just a heads up, FYI, on Saturday, if you like the Wong teaser, you have one potentially available for you. Okay, Titans -3, it's what we want. I will lay 3.5 if I have to. I'd rather not, though. Really rather not. Okay, 1 unit on that play. Second play, same game teaser. Man, this line for the 49ers is really interesting. I see it. I get the move. It was 4.5 when Jimmy Garoppolo initially was going to be fine. And then the rumors came out about the shoulder, and the rumors came out about the hand, and he might not be 100%. Line goes to 6. Then it comes out that Jimmy's going to play. Jimmy should be okay. Good news on Bosa. Good news on Warner. And now you've got a relatively healthy team for the Niners. Line goes to 5.5. Slight move, little dip. Let's see if it keeps on coming down. It might, but I'm going to do it for them here, okay? I think this is a high-scoring game. I think the defense for the prevailing opinion, if you like the Niners, is that the DVOA for the Green Bay Packers is not good, and that they haven't faced a top 5 rush offense all season, and this Niner team is going to run, okay? That's the narrative. Run. Okay. Maybe, but I think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams up against this secondary, as long as Rodgers has 2 seconds, which I think he's going to because his line's going to be healthy, as long as he has 2 seconds to go find Devontae Adams, they're going to eat this 49er secondary alive. And it's the coldest game ever for Jimmy Garoppolo. 5 degrees is 5 degrees. It doesn't impact the total to me, okay? I still think it's a high-scoring game. But it impacts who wins. It impacts how comfortable you are. It impacts whether your brain's functioning right and your muscles are functioning right. It sucks to be in that cold. It sucks to get hit. It sucks to play. It's brutal. Everything is just brittle and nasty and cold and tight. It sucks. I don't think the 49ers walk into Green Bay and win this game. This could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. Aaron Rodgers is going to lose at home in sub-Arctic degree temperatures to the 49ers in the divisional round. I just can't see it. I can see a cover. I just can't see a loss. I'm going to pull this down. I don't think it matters crossing 0 here because it's 5.5, so it goes to a half a point. We're not tying. There's no ties in the playoffs, okay? So there's no fear there. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't like crossing 0. I never do it, but 5.5 to +5, not that big of a deal. Niners down, the Packers down to just beat the Niners, okay? It's basically a money line bet over 41, okay? 1 unit, -120, same game teaser, just to eliminate this argument as to like, well, it's 4 or 4.5 when it opened, and now it's 6, 6.5 down, or 6, 5.5. What's the real number? It's a dead number. It's a funky number. And the only way I lose, I think, is if the under comes in, because I just don't see the Niners losing this game. Sorry, the Green Bay Packers losing this game to the Niners. I just don't see it. Niners could be competitive, maybe put a scare in them, but I just think this is a Niner team that can score a little, but a Packers offense that I don't think it matters what the Niner offense does to that Packer defense. I'm just banking on a Packer explosion offensively and just lighting this team on fire, in my opinion. Okay. So 1 unit going Packers plus a half a point over 41 for 1 unit, -120, same game teaser. Okay. Let's go to the prop bets. I'm going to do 2 stacks. All right. Here is my game theory for the Titans and the Bengals. I believe the Titans are going to go up, like I mentioned, by 2 scores. What that's going to do is basically eliminate the run and put it all on Joe Burrow's shoulders, and Joe Burrow's going to throw. Where does he most likely throw the football? To Jamar Chase. I'm going to stack both Jamar Chase yardage and Joe Burrow yardage, and I'm going over both for a quarter unit on either one. Joe Burrow, we're going over 278.5 passing yards for Joe Burrow. And we're going over, I got to see what we're doing here from a number perspective. I think it's 78. Let me just double check here. Sorry, I was supposed to pull this up I've made too many bets and did not write down that prop. That was my fault for not writing down that prop on Deebo Samuel. Oh, it's not Deebo Samuel, sorry, for Jamar Chase. We're going over 79.5. Okay. So we are over, Burrow is, over 78.5. Yeah, Joe Burrow over 78.5. Jamar Chase over 79.5. The prop bet cheat sheet likes both these bets. So we're going Burrow, Chase, stack over their yardage together for a quarter unit each, half a unit on those 2 plays. Second 2 prop bets, Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams. Okay. Aaron Rodgers over 265.5 passing yards for Aaron Rodgers, and we're going over 91.5 receiving yards for Davante Adams. Okay, those are the 2 numbers. Again, prop bet cheat sheet likes them both. There's been a lot of play on the under for Davante Adams. That number was 94.5 yesterday. Now it's 91.5. It's come down. I'm still betting over, okay? I still think this is going to be a team that's going to throw the ball, and I don't think they can guard him. I really don't think they can guard him. I think it's just a tandem. I think they're going to light these guys on fire. I think anytime touchdown Davante Adams, I love. Davante Adams could have 1 or 2. I also like longest reception for Davante Adams. Look after that as to what that number is. If it's somewhere around 35, go ahead and jump on that. I just think these 2 guys are going to connect for big plays. I think quarterback and wide receiver combinations, I'm going to stack them both here, each for a quarter unit, over Aaron Rodgers passing yards with Davante Adams going over Joe Burrow passing yards with Jamar Chase also going over. Quarter unit, game theory, I think Titans are down. I think the Packers go up big and score a whole lot of points and throw all over this secondary for the 49ers in the cold. It's tough to move, tough to cut. The offense knows where they're going. Defense doesn't. Going to be tough, I think, to stop this offense for the Green Bay Packers. They've had a week off. People are forgetting about both the Titans and the Packers offense. Out of sight, out of mind. That's a mistake. Here we go. Okay, so for the 6 bets we're making here for the NFL here on a Saturday, Titans -3 or 3.5, 1 unit. We're going Packers plus a half a point over 41. Same game teaser. Rodgers over, Adams over, Burrow over, and Chase over. Popular, square, don't care. It's the playoffs. Don't worry about that. Just bet what you think is going to happen. Okay, let's go to UFC 270. Anaheim. I'm only betting the two main events because it's all I really have a great read on. And my gosh, there's a lot of things to bet on. And I know people are loving the card. There may be other bets you want to get on. I may have other bets I'm going to go ahead and bet and make myself. Depends how the day goes. If we're hot and up, I very well might be. If I'm flush, I might start throwing around some other bets. I'll be in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. I'll tell you where I'm going to be personally, what bets I might be making else besides. But officially, we're going with Brandon Moreno for 1 unit. It's minus 190. I just think third time, this guy either on the feet or on the cards is going to beat Figueiredo. I think he's a better fighter. I just think he's a better, more talented dude. His grappling is incredible. Figueiredo's got his weight right, and that's huge. Moreno's got to watch getting clipped. All right. The one thing that if you're going to bet Figueiredo, bet him for knockout, because if he catches Moreno, that's how he's going to win this fight. But this is going to be a very pro-Mexican crowd. Pro Brandon Moreno. It's going to be loud. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be all behind him. And look, I've seen enough Canelo Alvarez fights here in Las Vegas to know that it's a hostile environment and it's tough to fight against the crowd and the guy you're up against in a cage, in an octagon, or in a ring. Tough gig, tough ask. I'm going to lay the 1 unit here. Moreno, minus 190 to win this fight. I don't care how he wins it. I could see submission. I could also see on the scorecards, but it's minus 190 and climbing. I think there's a reason for that. The public is going to come in on the dog heavy. Sharps are all over Moreno for a reason. That's why the juice has gone up, opened up at 165, now up to 190. I'm going to lay it before it gets to $2. Minus 190. Moreno to win, to defeat Figueiredo coming up here tonight at UFC 270. Now, the last bet of the night. When I tell you I have gone back and forth on Gane and Ngannou, I don't know what to do with this fight. This might be the most difficult heavyweight fight I've ever handicapped. I am completely perplexed. It's Gane in the over or Ngannou in the under. Okay? Parlay it together if your book lets you, but that's how, if you like Gane, take the over. If you like Ngannou, take the under. Okay? It's going to be that simple. For a half a unit, I'm taking a value bet. This is not a pick. This is a value play, okay? You don't have to follow this. You don't want to. I'm just telling you what I bet. For a half a unit officially, I'm taking Francis Ngannou by knockout at plus 165. There's so much money on Gane in Vegas at Circa Sports, which is an incredibly sharp book. The pros are all over Cyril Gane, and I completely understand why. Technical striker, 31 years old, hungry, wants the belt. Francis Ngannou might be looking at boxing. Dana White tipped his hand this week and said something during the press conferences that stunned me by saying that Ngannou needs to stop thinking about boxing and focus on MMA. That means he might be training for boxing now, eyeballing Tyson Fury, eyeballing a heavyweight fight, which would be absolutely huge if it were to happen. And I really wonder what that might do to the UFC. If he does intend to say, you know what, fine, you don't want me, you don't want to give me fights, you don't want to promote me, I'm going to go box. And Tyson Fury, how much money he would make? He'd make so much money boxing Tyson Fury in England or in America here in Vegas. It would be just unbelievable if that were to happen. Dana White won't let it happen, period. Maybe he's heavily involved, but that comment was eye-opening to me, okay? I think Gane wins the fight. I really do. I think it's really, really possible that Gane wins the fight. But I couldn't believe that Ngannou, who has one punch knockout power, is plus 165 to do exactly that. He can clip him. He was against Stipe Miocic. He showed an incredible ability to sprawl and keep himself off the mat and do enough wrestling with body control to really put Miocic in a tough spot. So I'm going to go just pure value here. It's mixed martial arts. It's heavyweights with a 4-ounce glove. If Ngannou clips Gane, he goes to sleep. Just that simple. He goes to sleep. I'm just taking the value. Not betting a full unit on it. I'm going to take a half a unit flyer on Francis Ngannou by KO at plus 165 and just watch the fight and enjoy it and just say, man, let's see what happens. I'm serious. My pick to win the fight is Cyril Gane, but I don't feel great about it. I don't like it enough to bet it. I don't like it enough to put money behind it. And I just can't believe that Ngannou with one punch knockout power, you're going to give me plus, 165? How do you not bet that? Like, how do you not just bet that? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, okay? It's a half unit play. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, it's a nice little return. So it's sort of like betting against my own good judgment. I love Francis Ngannou, okay? Ngannou's an incredible dude. He really is. I love the guy. I think he's going up against a younger, more skilled, more dangerous Muay Thai fighter who's really a problem, a big problem. But Ngannou is much bigger. He weighed in much bigger. Man, I don't know. It's one of it maybe the hardest heavyweight fight I've ever handicapped. I've gone back and forth 18 times on this. I know the pros are on Gane. I lean Gane. I'm going to bet with the knockout from a plus money perspective. Half a unit plus 165. Francis Ngannou by knockout to win by knockout. Only way, win by knockout over Cyril Gane. All right. Huge card. Big card for Saturday. So much cool stuff going on. Moreno for 1 unit to win at minus 190. Ngannou at plus 165. Plus 165 by knockout in the two main event fights, co-main and main at UFC 270. All right. I'll be in the Discord channel. More to come potentially. More bets to be played. It's going to be an awesome Saturday. Let's keep the good times rolling and keep the positive mojo going. It's been kind of a crazy, wild couple of days. Let's have another one here for the Daily Juice. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.